Hey Pisces, good morning. Welcome to your November reading. Let's go ahead and shuffle and see what comes in for your reading today. What's going on with the energy? As I was meditating on your energy, Pisces, one of the main messages coming in is that something's going to go a lot better than you expected. And you're in for a surprise, but it's a good surprise. Because maybe you were thinking like worst case scenario, or maybe you were thinking about all the possible outcomes for a certain situation, and it's going to go a lot better than you expected. So I don't know for who that is. Also, another message, and I wrote it down because I was meditating on the energy. Another message is that everything's actually going to be okay, not in the sense that there's nothing that you should worry about, but everything's going to be okay. Like, it's going to turn out better than you thought. Everything is happening for a reason. You're being guided towards your goal, so it may not look the way that you thought it was going to look, or it may not come from the avenue that you thought it was going to come through, but it is coming in. So I don't know for who that is. That's why I was shuffling and I got the surprise card, expect the unexpected, from the oracle side, but I wanted to shuffle on camera and see what else comes in. And so those are the two main messages coming in, Pisces. Let's go ahead and get started and see what comes in for your energy. Also, if you would like to book a private reading, all the information is in the description box below. Holy Spirit, please channel through the messages that will be most beneficial to the Pisces collective at this time. And again, we're going to start with the oracle, and then we're going to move over to the tarot. Okay, so we have love, worry, the light. There's a couple more cards that fell on the floor here. We have dreams. You are not alone, and clear your energy. Pisces, some of you, again, it's like that worry. You're putting too much thought or too much energy into something, and there's a little bit of worry, maybe even overthinking about something in your life that you really care about. And some of you may have been in this cycle for a while, okay? You may be in your head, and you're about to see the light. You're about to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Something's about to change here. Something's about to shift. Because the worry can also be you being in your head, being in the dark tunnel, not knowing what's to come, not knowing what to expect. And the light is that solution, is the results, is reaching the end, and the light finally bursting through. And for some of you, it may be worry in regards to your love life. And for others of you, it may be worry in regards to your dreams. Either way, this worry is that main message coming in, that you're gonna be surprised how good it gets. I don't know why it's coming in that way. I'm gonna go ahead and clarify to see what else comes in. But it's like, everything's gonna be okay, and not just okay, it's gonna be better than expected. So let's go ahead and see what comes in from the tarot side for your energy here. So you are not alone, and clear your energy. Okay, so we have Ace of Cups. So for some of you, this may be connected to your heart chakra. It may be connected to your relationships and to love in your life. Okay, because Ace of Cups and love, for some of you, that's where the worry is coming from. But let's go ahead and see what else comes in for the worry. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Some of you are worried about an investment or something that you've invested your time, your energy, and your resources to, and if it's going to pay off. Okay, because the Seven of Pentacles is also a card of not giving up and having that patience to see it through. Five of Cups in the reverse. Some of you are worried about having another disappointment in your life. King of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, some of you have this inner knowing, you have this inner feeling that you're gonna get it. You're gonna have what it is that you want. But that worry of how it's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, the fact that you don't want to make any mistakes or make the wrong turns or end up in some kind of disappointment, this is what's going on in the mind space, and you're about to see the light. So there's either some kind of solution or result or something tangible that you can physically count on, that's really going to light the way and is going to mark the ending of that darkness or the not knowing, okay, or the worry, and then the light coming in at the end of the tunnel. Some kind of solution, some kind of result that's really going to bring that peace of mind. So worry to the Five of Cups in the reverse. Some of you are worried about a past disappointment, okay? Or you're worried that a past disappointment may repeat again in your life. And this could be due to, having your hopes up, something emotional, because it's talking about the waters. Some of you may be in a relationship or in a connection, or in the first stages thinking about a new relationship or a new connection, and you're worried that it may end up in a disappointment, because we have Love and Ace of Cups. Yeah, some of you are afraid to get hurt, or you're afraid to get your heart broken. And again, who isn't? But this is one of the things that is coming up here. So 7 of Pentacles, Pisces. For others of you, this is something physical, okay? It has to do with your money, has to do with your work, with your business, with your investments. You've been putting your energy, your focus, your attention, your resources, investing into something, and you may be worried that it's taking too long, or that it may not happen as fast as you want it to. Because I'm getting here that you do have this inner knowing that it's going to happen for you, that you are going to make it. But there's this worry of maybe it's been very slow, or maybe there's been some kind of delays through the process. But you're going from 7 of Pentacles to King of Pentacles. So if this is a physical thing for you that you're worrying about, again, whether it's money, work, job, business, investments, you are so close to the outcome that you want. Okay, and I'm not just saying this, Pisces, because you're going from the 7 of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. It means that you're already past halfway, okay? You're not even halfway, you're already past halfway. You're at the 7 of Pentacles, so you have a few more hits, you have a few more tries, you have a few more attempts before you actually land in the King of Pentacles, before you actually succeed in this venture, okay? So you're very, very close, so this is not the time to give up. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles to King of Pentacles. You're like three steps away from the outcome that you want, okay? Especially with the light coming in here to confirm that. Why the 7 of Pentacles, Holy Spirit? What do you want Pisces to know about this energy? Okay, we have the 6 of Cups in the reverse and the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. And you have the King of Wands in the reverse. Pisces, something in the past that did not work out is really creating this doubt or this worry in your mind. It may have been some kind of a false start, and now you are really holding on to your stability, you're really holding on to your balance, to your foundation, and that's the right thing to do. But there's also a need to progress from the 4 of Pentacles to the 7 of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. And so what this looks like is there may be a little bit of hesitation or apprehension when it comes to taking action. Okay, because it's not so much that you're afraid of what's to come, is the fact that you don't want to go backwards. Okay, so 4 of Pentacles means that you may be holding on a little bit too tight to where you are right now, and there's a need to take some steps, to take some action forward, so that you go from 4 of Pentacles to 7 of Pentacles to King of Pentacles. So there's a lack of action here, Pisces, that may be connected to a disappointment from the past. 5 of Cups in the reverse to 6 of Cups in the reverse to King of Wands in the reverse. Something that happened in the past that was disappointing has really been affecting the way that you take action or how you move, okay? Because the King of Wands is an entrepreneur. He is action-based. He is confident. He goes for what it is that he wants. In the reverse, it can show up as a lack of action or hesitating, or, you know, kind of losing that confidence when making decisions. Because of something that happened in the past that did not work out or was a false start. But the thing is, Pisces, you're not in that chapter anymore, and you're about to see the light, and this is going to be a big moment for you that's going to confirm and validate the direction that you're going on. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the 5 of Cups in the reverse? Okay, we have the 2 of Wands, the Lovers, and the Moon. Yes, Pisces. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. It's a little bit of like holding on to where you are in life right now. Not because you're afraid to move forward, but because you don't want to end up going backwards because of something that didn't work out in the past. So 2 of Wands, you are you're still in some kind of a comfort zone. So there's a need to continue taking more action in the direction that you want to go in, because you are on the right path and you are going to arrive. Okay, the 7 of Pentacles means that you're more than halfway there. And it's also, again, a card of not giving up, because it's going to bear fruits. So 2 of Wands means that you've done the planning, you've done the analyzing, you already know what it is that you want, okay? As you can see here, she has the world map, the little travel van, and the surfboard, but she's looking at the world from behind her window, okay? From like the inside out, or from the outside in. And so there's a need to go from 2 of Wands into the 3 of Wands, which means anticipation, taking action, moving forward, whereas the 2 of Wands talks about the comfort zone that can really hold you in place. Yeah, because there's a need to make a decision to move away from your comfort zone. The moon, there's a lot of unknowns that you can't account for right now because it is a new phase in your life, it is a new step. But through this darkness, Pisces, there is some light coming in. There are some answers, some solid things that are going to come in that are going to help validate and confirm and verify the next steps to take and the fact that you are on the right path. Yeah, it's like, as you can see, this gloomy energy, it kind of represents the tunnel, right? If you feel like you've been in this tunnel or in this darkness where it's like the darkness can be represented by the unknown. You don't know what's on the other side. It's like the moon is trying to light the way, but all of a sudden you're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's really gonna help move you forward in a very powerful way, not in a way where you're doubting your every move or you're second guessing your decisions. Because the King of Wands can talk about that, okay? Can talk about taking the action, but second guessing or doubting, or maybe not even taking the action, not even getting to that step or to that point where you are taking that action to get to the next level or the next phase in your life. Holy Spirit, why the Lovers for Pisces? Okay, the Lovers talks about making a decision, but for some of you, this may be connected to love and relationships. So Lovers, Ace of Cups, and love. Why the Lovers, Holy Spirit? Okay, 6 of Swords, King of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords in the reverse, 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Pisces, some of you are being taken out of singlehood with the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, and others of you are afraid to end up in a relationship or in a situation that makes you feel entrapped, or that makes you feel bound or restricted or limited in some kind of way where you can't be yourself with another person. And so there's this fear of jumping into maybe a new connection or into a relationship or a connection that, you know, you feel limited or restricted, or like you really can't be yourself with that person. There's that fear, okay? So some of you may have fear of commitment because you've ended up in toxic situations or in toxic relationships. And 6 of Swords coming in the upright, there is a need to transition away from that fear. There is a need to transition away from those past memories. Because King of Swords in the upright, you have the power. You have the sword in hand. You can cut out a connection. You can cut out a relationship whenever you need to if it gets toxic. The King of Swords also talks about truth, honesty, clarity, and being in that position of power. He is a no BS kind of king. So Pisces, it feels like if you are hesitant to move forward in your love life or in relationships and connections in general, again, we have the Lovers, Ace of Cups, and love coming in, and then worry. If you're worried about that, Pisces, just know that you're not the person that you used to be. You've learned these lessons, you've overcome these adversities, and you are a whole new being. You are a whole new person, and you're not going to be held in something against your will. You're not going to end up in something toxic because you're able to spot the red flags. You've been through so many lessons. And the King of Swords talks about this element of detachment in your energy. As connected and as loving as you can be, you can also be very cold and very detached. And you can also disconnect and cut ties very easily, Pisces. A lot of people don't know that about you. Screwed something over with you. Why one fish is swimming upward, the other one is swimming down. As much as you can love, as much as you can care, as much as you can be there for a person, you can also completely go cold, disconnect, cut people out, and it's like they never existed in your reality. So there's something here, Pisces, about not holding yourself back from new connections or relationships or even love for some of you, because you're no longer an 8 of Swords. You're no longer this person that can get caught up or caught in toxic relationships or situations or feel limited, restricted, or bound or trapped. You're no longer an 8 of Swords. You are a King of Swords. They can't do that to a King of Swords. You're a no BS kind of person, and that's just simply not going to fly. So there's a need here, Pisces, to release the worry because you are transitioning, and this is a part of the process when it comes to relationships and connections. Yeah, because Lovers to the Ace of Cups to love, and then worry coming in. So I'm getting two different I'm getting two different storylines, and for some of you, it may be in two areas of your life. For some of you, this is in the area of money, work, investments, business, okay, because of the Pentacles. For others of you, it's in the area of relationships and love and connections. And for others, it may be in both areas of your life that this worry is coming up, and you're about to see the light at the end of the tunnel, okay? Not just, you know, not just feeling into something, but knowing something, having some solid information or some solid results or solutions that is really going to light up the way. It's like you're making it to the end. You're making it to the end of this phase of being in this moon energy where you just don't know, where you're constantly navigating the unknown and feeling like you're having to surrender to a lot of things, and maybe even sometimes feeling underneath it, to having that power, having that intelligence, having that knowledge to make your decisions based on facts, based on results, and not just an inner knowing, okay? Because the moon talks about intuition and an inner knowing, but you're about to get something solid that you could really work with and build off of into something physical, okay? 10 of Pentacles also coming in. Pisces, some of you are about to achieve a lot of abundance, a lot of success in your career, in your business, in your investments, because we're talking Pentacles. This is money. See how we go from 4 of Pentacles, your foundation, 7 of Pentacles, not giving up, continuing to invest, to finally 10 of Pentacles, getting the fruits of your labor, and then King of Pentacles, becoming a master of your physical world. Again, in your physical world is everything that you can touch, feel, and grab. In Pentacles is money. Okay, it talks about abundance, prosperity, work, business. If it's in regards to love or relationships, it talks about something solid like a commitment. Okay, yeah. It feels like, Pisces, you've been navigating based on water, based on your intuition, based on emotions and feelings, and all of a sudden things are about to get real for you. Things are about to come in a very solid way that's going to bring in that balance, that foundation, that reassurance, in that sense of safety, that sense of self, that is not just like wavering, okay, like water, you know? It's Pentacles, it's grounded, it's real. And it's taking you a while to get here, Pisces. And there's that fear. There's a little bit of that fear of the past. Fear of commitment for some of you, and others of you, fear of ending up in a toxic connection or a toxic situation that you feel trapped or bound by. But that's no longer influencing you, Pisces. You've graduated from that level and you're now a King of Swords. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about this King of Swords energy? Swords, this 8 being the strength, Knight of Swords, 7 of Swords, the Hierophant, the Tower in the reverse, and the 8 of Pentacles. So we have 888 Pisces, 8 being the strength, 8 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. So this may, if you're into numerology, Pisces, this may be a number that you may want to look into. 8s talk about abundance, opulence, riches, wealth, you know, your good karma finally coming back to you. With the 7 of Swords, though, it feels like you've had to deal with a lot of people that lie and deceive to get what it is that they want, Pisces. But the thing is, the way that you're going to know who these people are is through their words, okay? Some of them may be very, very good with their words. They may promise you the moon, the stars, and, you know, like the whole thing. But if their actions are not matching it, Pisces, that's how you're going to know that it's not what it is that you want. It's not real, okay? Unless they can back it up with actions, do not trust these kinds of people, okay? The King of Swords, they're at the 7 of Swords, you're at a King of Swords level. So you've been through this before, okay? Where you've trusted people based on their word, or you gave people the benefit of the doubt, and that's no longer how you operate. That's no longer how you move in life. In Pisces, this is how you avoid a Tower moment, okay? Because the 7 of Swords, they can tell you things, they can talk to you, but if they're not backing that up with actions, do not trust these kinds of people, because the Tower in the reverse, that's how you avoid a Tower moment. So actions before words is what I'm getting here. I don't know for who that is, but this is very, like, it's coming in very strong, Pisces. Is a very specific message. Again, the Tower being card number 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. This is also the 7 of Swords. It's like whatever they can say, okay? It's like don't get your hopes up, or don't get excited by the words, because they may have a way with words. They may be very good with communication and speech. but that's also how they deceive and they lie, because they can't back up their words, okay? And this could be in regards to relationships, love, connections in your life, and it can also be in regards to work and investments. It goes both ways. Knight of Swords, Pisces, continue to go tunnel vision. Unless they can come and back it up with an action or offer you something physical or tangible, you shouldn't slow down and you shouldn't stop or believe anybody, because the Knight of Swords shows you having this momentum on your side and being very steadfast on your path, on your journey, and nothing's going to stop you. So there's no reason for you to stop for anybody or to trust anybody, you know, just at face value, or give anybody the benefit of the doubt, because you are headed somewhere, Pisces, and this is something that's important for you, and it's a part of your journey. The Strength in the reverse. This I'm going to have to clarify, okay? But yeah, we have 2 major arcanas coming in to clarify the King of Swords to 8 of Pentacles. Pisces, you're well on your way, okay? Your work's about to pay off. So don't get sidetracked, and don't just trust people at face value. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. They need to be able to back up those words with actions, because this is a Tower moment, okay? And it's talking about Tower in the reverse. It talks about avoiding a Tower moment. Whatever this Tower moment is, it can be avoided by not trusting people so easily, by not being so open. Because Pisces, I'm going to say this, and this is very true for Pisces in general. I read for Pisces with the moon energy. It's very easy to kind of blur the lines between you and another person, because Pisces is all about merging. Pisces is all about a union. It is the oldest sign of the zodiac wheel. And so one of the things to take into account is a lot of people haven't reached that level of consciousness or understanding. So they don't have the feelings, the emotions, and the heart that you have. They also don't have that connection to the divine or that intuition like you have it at the level that you have it. That's why when you feel something, Pisces, you feel it all the way. When you feel numbness, you feel that too, okay? It's like your emotions are 100 times, you know, more amplified than other people. So you tend to blur the lines, and you tend to think that other people feel the way that you feel, or they care the way that you care, or they have your heart, and that's simply not true. A lot of people are a lot less advanced and are a lot less mature when it comes to, you know, their soul or their spirituality. So they don't really think about consequences. They don't really think about karma. They're very early on, you know, in their journey. I don't want to see that they're bad people, but the things that they do, Pisces, again, it's like you don't want to have to repeat these lessons, Pisces. So the Tower moment coming out in the reverse is saying that, again, these towers can be avoided 100%. This 7 of Swords talks about betrayal, thievery, deception, deceit, lies. And because it's showing up in your reading, it means that this energy is present, whether it's in relationships, love, and connections, or whether it's in business, work, investments, in the Pentacles. So just be aware of that energy being there, and, you know, not to trust people so easily. And a lot of people, it's like they give people the benefit of the doubt. They trust someone until that person gives them a reason not to trust them. And for you, Pisces, I'm getting that you should do that backwards. People should have to earn your trust, okay? People should have to earn your trust, and people should have to earn a place in your life. And the reason I'm saying this, Pisces, is because we have the light and worry. You've already been in situations, Pisces, that caught you off guard, that created a Tower moment in your life, that took you by surprise, that maybe even created destruction or chaos or some kind of heartbreak or disappointment with the 5 of Cups. So you don't need to put yourself back in that place. So for you, Pisces, instead of giving people the benefit of the doubt, they should have to earn your trust, okay? And I wouldn't be saying that if this card wasn't coming up with the Tower, okay? It's saying that these Tower moments can be avoided. You don't have to repeat a lesson again when you've already learned the lesson. So 9 of Swords to the 8 of Pentacles, Pisces, you're well on your way to your work finally paying off, whatever it is that you've been investing into. This is also a sign, Pisces, for some of you, to go all into a skill that you have, or to go all into learning something new, to go all into your expertise and expanding your experience in some area of your work, okay? Because 8 of Pentacles is very close to paying off. As you can see here, we go 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, to 10 of Pentacles, to finally King of Pentacles, mastery. Okay, some of you are going to be mastering your physical realm, whether it's your business, your money, your investments, your work, your career, whatever it is something physical that you can touch, feel, and grab and actually show for. So the Knight of Swords, Pisces, this is all about going tunnel vision, being very steadfast, knowing what your priorities are, and placing your priorities above anything or anybody else, okay? Because this is a moment, this is a moment in your life that it's kind of like a selfish season. It's all about going into yourself. It's all about investing into yourself because you're so close to your dreams. You can't pour from an empty cup. So if you keep giving to the wrong people or to the wrong situations, you're very well going to end up in the Five of Cups with empty cups and in disappointment because people can't reciprocate that because they don't feel like you do, okay? So it's like there's a need, Pisces, to really learn boundaries, okay? And that's one of the biggest lessons for the Pisces sign of the zodiac, because again, they're all about union, they're all about merging. This reading resonates for, it looks like you've already been in that Five of Cups energy, okay? That's why the Worry card is here, because you've been in this place, you've been in this gloomy place of the unknown. And that's not a very, like, you navigate the unknown very well, Pisces, because of your intuition, but that's not a comfortable place to be in. It doesn't give you that stability, that balance, that foundation, that grounding that you need to feel safe, held, protected, so that you can continue to build upon something. That's why earth and water go very well together. Some of you may be connecting with an earth sign, okay? That's just for some of you. You may be connecting with an earth sign with the King of Pentacles, others of you with a fire sign, and some of you with a Pisces or a water sign because of the moon energy coming in. That's just for some of you. It doesn't necessarily have to be that sign. They can just embody those qualities. But Pisces, let's go ahead and move on to clarifying dreams. Because some of you, Pisces, the reason why you're worrying is because you're so close to an achievement. You're so close to the outcome that it is that you want. Whether this is with your work, with your investments, that are connected to your dreams, or whether this is in relationships and love, in your love life, you're very close to the thing that you want. And this is why worry is coming in, because you don't want to make a mistake, because you want to, I'm going to say this again, Pisces, some people don't like when I say this, but it's not about the journey, it's about the destination. Because what motivates you to even be on the journey or go on the journey and go through all the stuff that you need to go through, the challenges, the adversities, is to get to your outcome, is to get to the destination. So for you, you've been in the journey for a long time. You've been in the unknown for a long time. You've been in the darkness of the tunnel, okay, in worry for a long time. And there's a time and a place. And it's time for you to arrive. It's time for you to get there. It's time for you to reach the finish line. It's time for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel, whether it's in your love life or in regards to your dreams. And it's just like it gets darkest before dawn. You know, it gets, you know, it's like the store before the rainbow kind of situation. So whatever this worry is, Pisces, is actually a good indicator that you're very close to the outcome that you seek. But we will clarify, okay? Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about dreams coming in? What do you want Pisces to know about dreams, Holy Spirit? Some of you may be getting information and messages in your dream state. Okay, we have Page of Wands. We have the Tower in the upright. We just had it in the reverse, okay? Why the Tower, Holy Spirit? What is this about? Why the Tower? Why the Tower for Pisces? Five of Pentacles. This is actually a really good tower. I don't usually say that, but this is going to be a good tower because the Five of Pentacles means that if you've been feeling like there's been lack or scarcity in your life, or feeling abandoned or locked out of the things that you really want, whether locked out of your dreams, locked out of the kind of relationship and connection that you want, this is being on the outside. This is feeling like you're on the outside, and like, yeah, it's like a loss of hope. As you can see here, her body language, it's like her head's down on her knees. Like she doesn't really have much hope. She doesn't really have much to look forward to. And if she just were to lift her head up, she would notice that there's a key and there's a door to finally open the door to the dreams and to the things that she wants. But yeah, it talks about being in a dark place, Pisces. So some of you are ever about to be shaken out of a dark place. That's why it's a good tower moment, because you're about to be brought out of this darkness into something that you actually really want to have in your life. And Pisces, some of you are going to be surprised how fast things can change for you. You're about to lift your head up. You're about to notice the key and the door. And you're about to open the door to your dreams, to the things that you really want. And this Tower moment is that realization that you have the key. Is that realization, that shake-up that's going to shake you out of this energy of scarcity and lack. And is going to help you take the action to open the door towards your dreams. You're very, very close, Pisces, is what I want to say here. And if you're feeling any kind of anxiety or worry, is because there's this anticipation. Okay, they say that excitement can turn into anxiety very, very quickly. But it's just like you feel like something's coming in. Okay, like something's about to change, something's about to shift, and it actually is. In fact, it is with the Tower coming in. Holy Spirit, tell me more about this Tower for Pisces. What do you want Pisces to know about the Tower? Pisces, some of you are about to overcome abandonment issues with the Five of Pentacles, because Five of Pentacles doesn't just talk about lack and scarcity. It also talks about feeling abandoned, feeling like you're on the outside looking in, like you're not, like you don't belong, or you're not a part of it, whatever this is for you. And it's like finally opening up that door to what it is that you've always wanted. Some of you, again, it's like strong abandonment coming in from that Five of Pentacles. And it may be more subconscious. Some of you may be aware of this energy in your life, but for others of you, it may be a subconscious fear or something that, you know, happened in childhood that has been affecting the way that you see yourself in relationships or in life, or how you feel in relation to the things that you want. Okay, because this talks about being locked out or locked away from the things that you want, but having the key to open the door. Tell me more about this Tower for Pisces, Holy Spirit, please. What do you want Pisces to know about this Tower? The Hierophant, the Eight of Pentacles again, and the Four of Wands in the reverse. Why the Four of Wands in the reverse? Holy Spirit, why is the Four of Wands in the reverse for Pisces? Ooh, Seven of Swords again, Pisces. I don't know what this is about. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Seven of Swords coming in. Why? What is this energy doing here again? We just had the Seven of Swords. Now the Four of Wands in the reverse, clarified by the Seven of Swords in the upright. Four of Wands in the reverse. One more card to clarify, Holy Spirit. Four of Wands in the reverse. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Okay, the Chariot. Pisces, some of you are afraid to be abandoned in some kind of relationship or connection. There's some abandonment issues that come up where you're not able to trust people, okay? You feel like you can't trust them. You can't trust what it is that they say. Like, you know, if they say that they love you, you don't actually believe it, or you don't trust them, okay? Or you feel like they're lying to you in some kind of way. Because the Ten of Cups is also in the reverse. It talks about problems in relationships and connections, and doesn't just have to be love, could be in family, in friendships, in partnerships, you know, business collaborations. Ten of Cups is all about relationships in general. In the reverse, it talks about having trouble with relationships, trouble with connecting with another person, or feeling like that's reciprocated. The Seven of Swords, you may not trust or believe that someone's really there for you, or they're gonna stay, because the Five of Pentacles can also talk about that abandonment coming up. So some of you Pisces may hold yourself back from having a fulfilling relationship because you don't want it to end, you don't want them to leave or to abandon you. Four of Wands in the reverse, this can also talk about, in the upright, it can talk about marriage and union. In the reverse, it can also talk about separation. to the Chariot in the upright. It feels like, Pisces, something stronger is driving you now. Okay, you're not being influenced by your fears. You're not being influenced by the things that haven't worked out in the past. There's something stronger inside of you driving you forward towards your goals, towards your dreams. And it feels like your dreams are actually taking the front seat of your life right now. This is your priority more than the love. Okay, love is important, but it feels like dreams are kind of taking the front seat, because the Chariot talks about your momentum and your motivation to get there, to accomplish the thing that you want. But in the process, it also feels like you're facing some kind of abandonment wound when it comes to relationships. And again, maybe not believing what people tell you, not believing that they're actually going to be there, that it's going to be forever, they're going to stay. 10 of Cups in the reverse. Let me see. I want to look into this a little bit more before I say something. Because for some of you, you actually have proof of things that haven't worked out in the past. And this is why you feel the way that you feel, because it's actually happened before. Yeah, disharmony or disputes, miscommunications, struggling relationships, unrealistic expectations, not feeling worthy of love, a delay. Oh, okay, so for some of you, Pisces, this may be in regards to not feeling worthy or deserving of love, okay? And maybe it's something to do with even deceiving yourself, that you are not worthy or that you're not lovable or deserving of it, because some of you may have been abandoned in the past. Okay, could go as far back as childhood, you know, by your parents, or by, you know, somebody that you trusted, or in other relationships that you've experienced in the past where they left or they triggered some kind of abandonment wound. So there may be some kind of deception, or you deceiving yourself, maybe telling yourself that you're not worthy of love, or that you're not deserving of it. And it could be a very unconscious pattern that you're not able to pick up right away. Okay, it could just be playing in the background. Like this may be some kind of default mode that you go into. So some of you may avoid relationships because you don't want to feel like you're abandoned. You don't want to put your faith or your trust in a person when it can be taken away so easily. Okay, and there's this deception of you deceiving yourself, because you are worthy and you can have very fulfilling relationships. But right now, this area of your life may be struggling because of a subconscious fear of abandonment. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the Chariot? Okay, Temperance in the reverse. Ace of Swords in the reverse. 6 of Wands in the reverse. Pisces, you're moving away from any kind of excess or a lack of a balance, okay? Like if you overdid it on the spiritual side, or if you overdid it on the material side of your life. Temperance in the reverse talks about excess, like going all into something, like too materialistic or too spiritual, and losing some kind of balance. So you're moving away from that. Ace of Swords in the reverse, you're also moving away from any kind of overthinking, analysis paralysis, being stuck in your head, kind of going in loops. And you're also moving away from anything that stopped you from taking action, whether it was a lack of confidence, a lack of self-esteem, a lack of belief in yourself. You're moving away from that, and that's no longer who you are. You're going full force in the direction of your dreams, and you're no longer going to let any of this hold you back, okay? Because the 6 of Wands talks about victory and success. In the reverse, it can talk about having that lack of confidence or self-esteem or belief in yourself to go for the thing that you really want. Again, all of them in the reverse, you are no longer allowing that to hold you back, okay? So you're going full force, Pisces. There's no stopping you now. You have a lot of momentum on your side. It also feels like a lot of you, Pisces, you're dealing with a lot of things at the same time, okay? Whether it's this abandonment wound in regards to love and relationships and connections, or whether it's this doubt that your work is going to pay off when it comes to the Pentacles, when it comes to lack and scarcity, when it comes to feeling like you're on the outside of the things that you want. Page of Wands, this action, Pisces, this Tower moment is really going to open this door for you into your dreams. The Hierophant and the Upright. Pisces, you're divinely connected. You're being divinely led and guided towards your dreams. Okay, so it's just here to confirm that if you're seeing any synchronicities right now, if you're seeing any signs, you are definitely connected. And it is coming from the divine, it is coming from the above to guide you into the dreams and into the ambitions and the goals that you have. You are not alone, paired with the Hierophant. Pisces, some of you may be seeing more synchronicities than usual, okay? Whether it's angel numbers, whether it's synchronicities, you know, just everywhere you look, maybe plate numbers on TV, you know, just having those little signs that reassure you every step of the way. It's in fact coming from above. It is coming from the other side. You are not alone to the Hierophant. There's no need to doubt your intuition or your abilities or your connection to the divine, because it is coming in loud and clear. There's something here about clearing your energy though, so that the messages come in crystal clear and you're not second guessing or doubting what the message meant. Because for some of you, it's coming through your dreams. For others of you, it's like daily life synchronicities, but they may start to get stronger and stronger because you're a lot closer to your goal. You're a lot closer to your dream. So there's something here about clearing your energy so that you're able to perceive the signs and read them correctly. Okay, another message coming in is that some of you may be getting the signs, but you may not know what to make out of it. It's like you're seeing the synchronicities, you're seeing the signs, but you don't know exactly what it means, or you don't know what to make out of it. For some of you, it's just a simple confirmation or validation that you are on the right path. But for others of you, it's a very clear message that you're wanting to decipher, that you're wanting to understand. But the signs or the synchronicities are going to start to get stronger and stronger because you're getting a lot closer to your dreams and you're getting a lot closer to your goal. Page of Wands. There's a need to take a leap of faith. There's a need to take action. Tell me more about this Page of Wands, Holy Spirit. What do you want Pisces to know? Page of Swords to Queen of Cups. Pisces, you're graduating. You're no longer the student, okay? You've learned what you needed to learn, and now it's a time to take action. So it's like you're going from Page of Swords, learning, research, study, being the student, into Page of Wands, finally taking action, okay? So it's kind of like having the lesson and having to do the homework, and then Page of Wands is like taking the test, is actually taking the action towards the thing that you want. Queen of Cups, being backed up by your abilities, being backed up by your intuition, being in tune with your emotional intelligence. To the Tower. Eight of Swords to the Hermit in the reverse. Some of you Pisces, you're getting out of hermit mode, and it's going to be very shocking how fast things pick up, how fast things start to move for you. Because it's like you're shifting out of a certain paradigm. The Hierophant talks about leaving behind the old paradigm and shifting or leveling up to a new paradigm. You're not alone to clear your energy. Pisces, for some of you, you may need to kind of sage the house or take a salt bath. Synchronicities coming to you right now. There's a lot of answers to your questions coming in right now. There's solutions, there's results coming in, but you may not perceive them. Okay, as you can see here, you see how her head is down, but the key is right there. And the keyhole is right there. If she only looked over, picked up the key and opened the door, she'd be there, right here, right now. She'd be on the other side. She wouldn't be locked up anymore, or locked out of the things that she wants. So there's something here about clearing your energy so that you can see the key and you can see the keyhole and you can open that door. Because it's here and it's now, like it's in front of you. I don't know for who that is, but you're so much closer than you think. Like you're already there. You may just not perceive it. Holy Spirit, please clarify, clear your energy. What would you like Pisces to know about clear your energy? Any advice for Pisces when it comes to this card? Justice in the reverse. The Emperor in the upright. The Four of Pentacles again. And then we have, okay, so there's too many cards. I'm going to shuffle one more time. Four of Pentacles to the Emperor being card number 4. Pisces, some of you have been working on your foundation. Okay, you've been working on your stability, on your balance, and bringing something back into balance from the past that was unfair or unjust to you. Okay, now we have the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. Pisces, clearing your energy is really going to help you bring something back into balance. For some of you, this may have to do with something that was unfair or unjust that is finally being made right for you. But for others of you, this is just a balance thing. Something was out of balance, something was not aligned, power and that control. But you're also grounding yourself on your foundation, on your stability. For some of you, this talks about savings and investments coming in. But the most important part is you're going to go from 4 of Pentacles to 9 of Pentacles. You're going to take some kind of a leap. There's going to be a very big jump from the 4 to the 9, okay? So you're going to see a lot of abundance coming in as you clear your energy, because some of you, Pisces, is like the opportunities, the solutions, the answers, the results that you're seeking, they're right there, but it may have to do with a sense of perception. You may not be perceiving them. You may not be seeing it clearly. And as soon as you clear this energy out of the way, you're going to come into balance. You're going to regain that power, that control. And you're also going to go from 4 of Pentacles straight into the 9 of Pentacles. So this is a very important part of the process when it comes to clearing your energy. And whatever this is for you, Pisces, again, whether it's meditation, whether it's getting things back in order, cleaning the house, organizing, whatever this is, that has to do with clear your energy is a very important step for you to get to where you want to be. When it comes to the Pentacles, when it comes to the abundance, and also when it comes to regaining that power, that control, and bringing justice and balance back into your life. Love to worry to the light. Dreams, you are not alone to clear your energy. Yeah, it feels like, Pisces, it feels like you're having to deal with so many things at the same time. Okay, something to do with your love life, your relationships, your connections, working through abandonment issues, coming out of worry into the light, and again, going full force towards your dreams and your goals. It's like you have a lot on your plate right now, but you are being supported through this process. You are not alone. Pisces, your synchronicities, the signs are going to start to pick up. They're going to ramp up, whether it's numerology, maybe you have certain signs that you see here and there, certain synchronicities, but they're going to start to get stronger and stronger because you're inching closer towards the dream, towards that goal. Again, with that 5 of Pentacles coming in, it's like, you know, if she would only lift her head up from her lap, she would see the key and she would see the door. The solutions that you seek, the answers that you seek are already there. And as you clear this energy, you're going to be able to see them and perceive them. Holy Spirit, any final advice for Pisces in regards to this reading? Anything else you would want Pisces to know? I just had the High Priestess flip. Okay, I'm not going to take the card, but it just flipped. Let's see here. We're going to see if it comes out, but I'm going to go ahead and clarify. Or pull the advice, actually. We're going to wrap with this reading. So no more clarification. Holy Spirit, what is the final advice for Pisces when it comes to this reading? I just saw the 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment coming in. Okay. We have the Hermit in the reverse, the Page of Swords in the uprights. Windfall of Abundance. I don't know why this card was in here. This is from a different deck, but we have Windfall of Abundance. I'm going to take that as a sign. The Star. Okay, the Star in Dreams. Okay, this is from a different deck. Dreams and the Star is pretty much the same thing, so it's a double confirmation coming in. 6 of Pentacles, balance being restored back into your life, and the King of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so final advice. Pisces, there is a windfall of abundance coming into your life. And I'm going to take this as a sign because this card's not even supposed to be in here. So windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms. Some of them unexpected. And again, this connects to the initial message that I got. You're going to be surprised in a very good way. Something's going to turn out a lot better than you thought, than you expected. So there is some kind of surprise coming in. And for a lot of you, it is an increase in abundance. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. So yes, Pisces, this is crazy because this card's not even supposed to be in here. Hermit in the reverse, Page of Swords, the Star, and the Six of Pentacles, King of Cups in the reverse. I don't know if you can see that card. I'm gonna move these a little bit. Hermit in the reverse, Pisces, you are coming out of hermit mode. Okay, there's a need to not be an island, Pisces. There's a need to connect to new friends, new people, new relationships. But again, there's an element here of not being so trusting, not to blur the lines, not to assume that somebody else has your heart or your morals. Okay, there's a need to let people earn your trust. But the reason why is because you're so close. You're inching closer to your dreams. You're inching closer to the star. Six of Pentacles coming back in to balance your life. Okay, Justice was in the reverse. Now the Six of Pentacles is in the upright. Something's coming back into balancing your life. There's going to be an equal give and take, reciprocation. And for some of you, Pisces, this is a return of investment. This is your ROI. You've invested your time, your energy, your resources towards something, and it's finally coming back in with the Six of Pentacles. King of Cups in the reverse, Pisces, there's a need to steer clear from emotionally manipulative people, okay? Some people may be trying to understand you and learn you, not for the right reasons, okay? So just pay attention to people that, you know, it's their words. It's their words and how they appeal to your emotions, okay? Maybe they're asking a lot of questions. Maybe they want to understand you better, but it may not be for the reasons you think, okay? It may be emotional manipulation. I'm going to clarify this card a little bit more, but it's saying to steer clear from emotionally manipulative people and situations. So this is big, Pisces. It's big to not get caught up in those cycles. Holy Spirit, please clarify the King of Cups in the reverse for Pisces. What do you want Pisces to know about this energy? Four of Wands in the reverse again. The Judgment in the upright. And the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Pisces, don't be generous to the wrong people, okay? Don't overgive, don't overlove, because the Queen of Pentacles in the upright is the mother card, okay? It means that you're very generous or very motherly or loving or giving towards a person. In the reverse, it can talk about over-mothering or over-giving or your generosity being taken for granted or being taken advantage of by King of Cups in the reverse, emotionally manipulative people. Judgment in the upright means that you've already ascended, you've already progressed from those lessons, from that phase in your life. So there's no need to repeat that lesson. Judgment can also talk about not being yourself or not fully showing who you are. And that could be both a good thing and not a good thing, okay? Like, when it comes to people that you trust that are really there for you, yes, be real, be who you are, be authentic, let them see all sides of you. But when it comes to people who just want to understand you and learn you so that they can manipulate you and get the things that they want out of you, you know, there's a need to have that mystery to you. Because Judgment in the reverse can also talk about having a poker face, like not really letting people in to see who you really are. And heart to be true, total transparency, a glorious unveiling of spirit. You have judged others and have been judged yourself, and you are awakening to understanding that the only approval that really matters is your own. Are you doing your best with others and with yourself? It's time to shed any negative facades. Drop the masks behind the masks. It may feel risky, yet this profound act of self-acceptance will unleash your absolute essence. You are light, shadow, matter, and consciousness, and you are a miracle. Why then do you keep your true nature hidden away from the world? There is no way to really understand your full potential until you are open and honest with your own heart. Without judgment, to expand and evolve requires a colossal forgiveness of self. Forgive your beautiful soul, accept your beautiful heart. As you do, you consciously answer the call of your highest self. And the vastness of your horizon will make itself available to you. Hello, Essence. I invite you to show up every day. I invite my soul to shine unapologetically. So Pisces, what I'm getting here is a very interesting message. I'm getting a message here, Pisces, to, yes, drop the masks and be really who you are and be authentic with the people who love you and are truly there for you and the people that you can trust. But On the flip side, Pisces, I don't know why the message is coming in this way. There's a need to really not fully let other people in or fully let them see you, okay? Kind of having a bit of a poker face with people who, King of Cups in the reverse, who are emotionally manipulative, and Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, take advantage of your generosity. Those people don't deserve to know who you are. Those people don't deserve to see the real you or get to experience the good side of you, okay? Because they're only going to be taking, okay? They're only going to be manipulating. They're only going to want to get to know you for the wrong reasons. So I know it's a little bit of like a you know, it's a tricky message because you're going to have to discern who those people are, who you could really trust, who really love you, who are really there for you, and the people that are just trying to emotionally manipulate you and trying to understand you for the wrong reasons, or, you know, again, taking advantage of your generosity. Four of Wands in the reverse. Again, in this position, Pisces, there's a need to really appreciate the little things in life because it's building towards a big celebration. It is building towards a big moment. Because Four of Wands is all about reaching the finish line. It's all about milestones and celebration. For some, it can even talk about marriage and union of twin flames. But it can also, in the reverse, talk about not appreciating or valuing the little things. But you're very close, Pisces. It just feels like some of you have been in the journey, okay? You've been in the journey for such a long time. You're ready to reach that destination. You're ready to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're ready to just have those results, those solutions, and those outcomes, and not just be in the process, right? Everything is cycles. You go through the journey to get to the destination, but you're meant to arrive to the destination. So I'm getting that message coming in again. It's not about the journey, it's about the destination. Because for a lot of you, there's this anticipation, this excitement that turned into anxiety because, you know, you've been going through the process. You've been going through the process and you're ready. You're ready for the new love coming in. You're ready for the dream starting to manifest. And clearing your energy, Pisces, is really going to change up the game. Again, you are not alone, Pisces. You are divinely guided and supported. And the synchronicities, the messages the coincidences in life are going to start to pick up and ramp up because you're a lot closer to your dreams now. The star to dreams. Windfall of abundance coming in for a lot of you, Pisces. This is all I have for your reading, Pisces. If you would like to book a private reading, all the information is in the description box below. But for now, this is all I have. Blessings. Take care.